Hello and welcome to this week's AMA, Ask Me Anything. So this week has definitely been quite a highlight for me and really exciting, and I really wanted to show my appreciation. Definitely this week's question in the AMA has to be around the Women's Economic Forum, where I presented a speech on global mindset. And a lot of people have said to me, okay, what did you talk about? Well, tell us a little bit more about it. So I thought, has been the question on everybody's lips this week. So I would go through a little bit about what is a global mindset. And for anybody who's watching this and is going to be moving to Australia, I think it's really insightful for you to understand what a melting pot of cultures, languages, values, nationalities there are across the whole of Australia. And I think in our interconnected world these days, we're actually already working within a global mindset. And my speech was very much about, are you aware, or are you just taking these sorts of things for granted, and how are you showing up? So I used the analogy of Google Earth, and how you can be all the way zoomed out of Google Earth and then zoomed in. So I took the audience on a journey of zooming all the way out, looking at the whole world, how interconnected it is. If you zoom in a little bit more into Melbourne, Melbourne has a population of 5.3 million people, and 33% of those are not born in Australia. Never mind not born in Melbourne, they're not born in Australia, and they're not Australian. 1 in 3 people is a migrant. I then went on to say, with this Google Earth idea, let's zoom into your office a little bit more. You're probably already working in that global mindset space. You might be working for an American company with its American values and its American way of doing things. Your supply chain might be coming from China, or India. Your engineers may be French or Belgium, Swiss, German. So you're already working within a very global, interconnected world, no matter what industry we're in. So I went on to talk a little bit around that. I won't bore you with all of it. And then I zoomed in even closer on Google Earth onto you. So you as a person, as a unique human being, you've grown up with your values, but you're also influenced by what's going on around you, that American company, the people you're interacting with. And how do those surroundings affect your decision making? Do you have an unconscious bias, perhaps, that you haven't, maybe you're not even aware that you have an unconscious bias, and that's affecting the way that you're interacting with people? I explained that a person with a global mindset is not a well-stamped passport, but they are very aware of themselves, and they're even more aware of the person in front of them. So a global mindset is when you can assess your behavior and you can choose to work differently based on your awareness of the person in front of you. So I really want people to just really be aware of who they're talking to. Ask questions. Most people are not offended if you ask them the question, what made you come to that decision? What made you think that way? You need to understand that in different countries, there's a different hierarchy, for example. It might not be the flat hierarchy structure we have here in Australia. It might be a very dictatorial type hierarchy that the person has come from, and therefore they're not inclined to speak their mind, especially to a manager. So a person with a global mindset needs to understand that. I went on to explain, a little bit about my story, which I won't bore you with either. And then I went on to just ask people to really hear, to listen very carefully to what's going on around them. So using here, H for harmonious, E for equality, A for acceptance, and R to be relatable. So here, and because I was in a room full of 150 other people and 95% of them were women, the Women's Economic Forum was really about empowering people and making a difference in the world. So going from here to listening, I asked them to add a T, so it became heart, and the T standing for everyone in the room. So that was people really liked that. They could resonate with the story, and I was very fortunate and quite humbled to receive the award for Women in Excellence, which was pretty cool. But my point here this today, plan for Australia, ask me anything. Your global mindset is really important. You are probably already working in a global environment. And when you move to Australia, that's going to be magnified. So please listen, have a heart, and just be aware of your surroundings. Dissect everything and make sure that you are operating and showing up in the best possible way in your new work environment. If you've got any questions, we're always here. You can email me directly, info@personnelrelocations.com.au. Contact us through social media. These AMAs are here to help you. So if you know somebody else or you see somebody else that's struggling with their move and not sure where to start, please direct them here. It's free information, and I hope you found it as helpful as others have. Thanks again for your time. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.